Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Football Discussions. In today's episode, we are going to be going over the Los Angeles Chargers 2019 record. This is going to finish off our AFC West division in the series. As you can see, I've already picked some games for other teams. So whether it was the Broncos that I had or the Raiders or the Chiefs, all those games already filled in. But I'll reiterate my points on those and just go over why I think those games are going to fold out that way. So getting right into it, we have the Chargers versus Colts, week one. I think the Chargers are going to. This is going to be a tight game, but I think the Colts will pull this one off. Um, like I said in an earlier video, I'm very hot on this Colts team right now. Potentially a Super Bowl contender for me. So I think that they'll start off their year 1-0, and the Chargers will face some difficulties early on. But in week two, they'll bounce right back. It'll win versus this Detroit team. I think Detroit. These AFC West teams are just uh, really good this year. A lot of young talent on these AFC West teams. So I think I have Detroit going 0-4 versus in this conference series between the AFC West and the NFC North. I think Detroit's going to lose to all four of these teams: the Chiefs, the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Raiders. So I think they're just going to face another loss versus the Chargers, and Chargers will get it done. At home versus Houston, I think the Chargers will get a victory. Another tight game, but I think the Chargers have the edge here just because they're at home. Versus Miami, I think the Chargers, or at Miami, I think the Chargers will pull another one off and uh, start their season off. I believe that's 3-1. So a tight game here, but I think these two will be blowouts. Um, and then I picked in my Denver episode, I picked the Chargers winning in week 5 at home, and I think that's completely accurate. I mean, Denver's got a lot of young talent, but the Chargers are just a better football team, and I think at home the Chargers will pull it off. First, Pittsburgh. I don't see Pittsburgh being very good this year, so I think the Chargers will get another victory. Uh, Start their season off very nicely, and I think that's a 5-1 record to start their year, and they'll get a win versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 7, I have the Chargers. I think Tennessee, man. I think the Titans will get one here versus the Chargers. Very good football teams playing against each other. I think the Titans uh, are going to face some struggles versus the AFC West, but since they're home, I think they're gonna get a win versus the Chargers. Chargers versus Chicago. I think Chicago is going to get one here versus this Chargers team. I can't see the Chargers beating such a good defense. So I think Chicago will get one here. First, the Packers. I think the Chargers will win, or sorry, the Bears will get one in week 8. Um, and then in week 9, I think the Chargers will bounce back and get a victory versus the Green Bay Packers. Just because they're home, it's going to be a good game, but I think the Chargers will have the edge there. Um, this one, I on a Thursday night, I just have the Chargers beating the Raiders. I don't see a way around that. Week 11 in Mexico, I have the Chiefs winning. Chiefs are a very good football team, and I think the Chargers are just going to fall short in that game. Coming off their bye week, I have them losing to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos will be home, and Denver is one of the best teams in football at home. So I think that they're gonna face a crucial loss here. This is going to be the area where the Chargers are like, we're going to have to start picking up our game if we're going to want to make the playoffs. And I think they're just going to do that, getting a win versus Jacksonville in week 14 and a win versus Minnesota in week 15. Um, and then I think the Chargers will finish off their year with a win versus the Raiders and a loss to the Chiefs. So a 10-16 this year, most likely the wild card slot. Um, but I think the Chargers have a tough schedule, and I think they'll pull off this 10-6 record. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think. Agree, disagree. This has been a tough series to do because a lot of these games are just going to be so close this year. And I said this in my last video, but we haven't even seen preseason yet or real training camp. It's just been mini training camp and OTAs and even rookie camp. So uh, it's tough right now, but these are my predictions so far. This has been another episode of Football Discussions. We'll see you guys next time.